Well, the UK is at it once again. Or I should say, it's planning to do it again. Yet even more restrictions on blades. This time, the proposal is to make it illegal for people to receive blades in the mail when ordering from online stores. Now, sounds worse than it is actually. So this is about enforcing the age restriction, because it is illegal to sell blades with a length of over 3 inches to people under the age of 18. And if this goes through, then people would have to provide ID when purchasing such things. Now, you may have noticed it says blades, not knives, not even specific knives, but blades. Anything over 3 inches. By the way, just for funsies, this thing here is just a hair over 3 inches. So this, you would not be able to order online anymore. You would have to pick it up somewhere and provide ID. Now the somewhere is a little uncertain. BBC says customers would have to collect it from a physical shop where retailers would check their identity, whereas the Telegraph and the Sun say anyone who bought a knife on the internet would be required to collect it at a store or another physical premises. The question is, can stores simply send things out requiring a signature and ID when stuff is delivered? Or are people literally required to go to the store? How does it work? Other physical premises? It's hard to tell exactly how inconvenient this is going to be. I mean, it's going to be very inconvenient for the store owners no matter what. And it's a little crazy that it applies to everything above a certain... Okay, not everything. It says here that those who keep weapons for a legitimate purpose, such as cultural items or antiques, are not penalized. However, this doesn't seem to cover modern reproductions of historical swords, for example, and swords would still fall under this. So it's a question of just how much of a pain in the ass is it going to be to order things online if this really goes through. So this was proposed by the UK's Home Secretary. And for those right-leaning American viewers who like to rant about libtards and all that, this person is a conservative politician. Just so you know, this is not a liberal thing. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So I could have just made an angry rant about this, talking about how stupid this is and everything. I'm trying to be a little more reasonable. My gut reaction is that, yes, pretty much, it's stupid. But I can see at least, they're trying to enforce the age restriction. Apparently stores haven't been very thorough about that, so that they would just ask people, are you 18 or over, without actually requiring ID or anything. And this is something where I'm thinking, okay, wouldn't that be the easiest solution? Just require online stores by law to, demand ID. Okay, fair enough. You can scan whatever, send whatever and fake it, etc. So I guess it's not as reliable as doing it in person. But either way, what bothers me about this is that it's once again one of those political band-aids that are slapped onto the symptom. There has apparently been an increase in knife violence, particularly involving teenagers. And so what do politicians do? Do they sit down and try to figure out, okay, we have this violence epidemic or whatever, and we need to figure out what's going on? Why are people terrible parents, or why are the schools bad at instilling a sense of ethics in teenagers, and why, whatever. What has gone wrong? Economy, education, social norms, things of that nature, parenting. Those are the primary causes of violence, not objects. And this is always the same thing. The problem is that this is a way for politicians to just signal the public, hey, look, we're doing something. Never mind if it's actually effective, never mind if it addresses the real root cause of the problem. They're just demonstrating, oh, there's this issue. Here, see? Here's a solution. We're doing something. The something restricting people's freedom without actually fixing the underlying cause of the problem. But, hey, they're doing something, right? So this is my main problem with this. And this happens over and over again. Oh, violence, Violence is caused by people, so we should look into what people are doing and why and how we can change things for the better and make people more ethical. And no. The object did it. Here, this thing, this is dangerous now. We got to get rid of it. I mean, if you want to order a kitchen knife after this, then yeah, it's going to be a bit less convenient, let alone weapons. Because, this was another thing that I saw in there. Let me see here. The new drive will also aim to close off a loophole that means police can be powerless to act if they discover knives in someone's home. Oh, the horror. Police can be powerless if they discover knives in someone's home. Oh no, how dare you own this thing that we disapprove of. This says nothing about the person whatsoever. If they break the law, if they injure somebody, or if they threaten someone, or if they have, a history of violence and committing crimes and whatnot, that's a different story. But just jumping to the conclusions, oh, this person has knives, they've got to be dangerous, police officers need to arrest them, that's bullshit, quite frankly, and this should not be the case. Anyway, that's enough for right now. So, several people have asked me about this, and it's not as bad as it may sound at first, but the logic behind it is still bad. And yeah, there's probably going to be a lot more in this direction from the UK. I mean, we've seen plenty already, and I don't see it getting better anytime soon. Be that as it may, thanks for watching, and have a good one. I hope you don't live in the UK if you like blades.